The CBS 58 News at 9 continues on WMLW-VN.
A Milwaukee neighborhood is peppered by gunfire. One home hit had 3 young children inside. Their mother now picking up and moving.
She spoke exclusively to CBS 58's Tori Bacchius, who reports from 50th and Fairmount.
Milwaukee police say the shooting happened on this block. We found bullet holes on homes on both the left and the right side of the street. A mother who lives here tells me that she's now packing up and leaving right before the holiday.
You guys shut up.
4 stray bullets, including one right next to a Christmas stocking, came through Monet's home on 50th Street early Sunday morning.
When it's supposed to be the happy season, it's the holiday, it's Christmas.
Milwaukee police confirm a 26-year-old man was shot on Monet's block Sunday around midnight. They say 2 groups of people were fighting and exchanged gunfire. Monet says bullets hit not only her home, but her neighbors too.
The choices that individuals are making by using their weapons right away instead of just talking things out to get to the bottom of things, it affects more than just you and the individual you having something with.
Monet and all 3 of her kids were home and dropped to the floor. Her 10-year-old daughter is now scared for her life.
She said, will I be next? It's like, how can I tell my baby, like, you'll be okay? How can I assure her that she won't be the next victim of a stray bullet?
Monet's family is now fundraising to help get her out of the neighborhood.
We are taking our Christmas items down to move due to safety concerns and stuff like that. And that hurts. It hurts. It takes the joy out of the holidays. It takes the joy out of life itself.
Milwaukee police say the 26-year-old man who was shot was treated on the scene here and then taken to the hospital. Reporting in Milwaukee, Tori Bacchius, CBS 58 News.
And we're following more breaking news, this time out of Pleasant Prairie. Police are investigating a situation near 48th and 85th Street. Officers are telling people that live in that area to stay inside of their homes. Anyone nearby should also stay away from this area. No other information is being released right now. We have a crew on the way, and we'll update you on this story as we get more information.
UW-Whitewater is losing its chancellor. Beverly Copper has announced she'll resign effective December 31st. She's been under pressure for months following allegations of sexual harassment against her husband, Pete Hill. Hill is the associate of the chancellor, was banned from campus earlier this year. In a statement, Copper told the UW-Whitewater community, "Serving as your chancellor has been an honor and a privilege. I have devoted my life to teaching and learning and making a difference. That will never change." Milwaukee Public Schools looking into some sort of allegation regarding a staff member at Ronald Reagan High School. An MPS spokesperson tells us the staff member was placed on leave. While this investigation is conducted, they are not releasing any other information, though.
Newly released video shows someone using a blowtorch on an ATM in Milwaukee. Police tell us this happened at about 3 in the morning on August 21st at an Associated Bank on Brown Deer Road. Surveillance video shows a person carrying a large bag, sitting down at the machine, as you can see, and taking out a blowtorch. You see several bright flashes from that blowtorch, and you can occasionally see those sparks flying. If you have any information, call police. The suspect in a series of scams and robberies near Shorewood is now in custody. Last week, we showed you a picture of the suspect, a man who's been showing up at people's doors asking for donations for a church group that he doesn't belong to. Shorewood police say the man was arrested near Farwell and Capitol. No other details are being released.
Stephen Avery's defense attorney hoping to use new DNA technology to find evidence Teresa Halbach's bones were planted on the Avery property. Kathleen Zellner tweeted today a DNA expert is willing to test the bones using rapid DNA technology. Zellner believes if they are Halbach's bones, it will prove she was murdered in the gravel pit and the bones were planted. Avery was convicted of murdering Teresa Halbach back in 2005. One of the detectives who investigated the Halbach murder is suing Netflix and the filmmakers of Making a Murderer for defamation. Andy Colborn says the documentary blames him for planting evidence. The lawsuit filed claims the way the series is edited led viewers to draw their own conclusions in this case. Colborn's attorney says the series harmed the detective's reputation.
An old grain elevator caught on fire in Superior, Wisconsin this afternoon. 3 workers and the building's owner were working there at the time, and they are safe. Officials say it could take days, though, to put out this fire. The Duluth Seaway Port Authority says the elevator that was built back in the 1800s was being salvaged for wood. A nearby home also caught on fire, but this cause is still under investigation. A cardboard cutout of Green Bay Police Chief Andrew Smith was stolen from a Quick Trip over the weekend. The cutouts have been placed around the city to remind shoplifters of the consequences of their crime. The cutouts were first on display in the fall of 2017. Most have different sayings. The most popular one: win a free ride in a police car by shoplifting from this store.
America's largest Muslim civil liberties group pushing back against President Trump's travel ban. They say the policy is keeping a mother in Yemen from seeing her dying 2-year-old son in California. Chris Martinez has the story.
Ali Hassan fought back tears as he pleaded with the State Department to let his wife into the U.S.
Time is running out. Please help us get my family together again.
Ali, a U.S. citizen who lives in Stockton, brought his son Abdullah, also a U.S. citizen, from Cairo to California 3 months ago, seeking treatment for his child's brain condition. He says President Trump's travel ban is keeping his wife, a Yemeni national who currently lives in Egypt, from being by their side.
My son Abdullah needs his mother. My wife's calling me every day, wanted to kiss and hold her son.
The latest version of the policy applies to travelers from mostly Muslim-majority nations, including Yemen.
This administration is doing everything in its power to undermine immigrants' rights.
The Council on American Islamic Relations has filed a request with the State Department to speed up the Hassan family's request for a visa.
We should not be forcing our own American children to die without a mother's comfort and love.
Abdullah has been on life support at a children's hospital in Oakland for the past month, and his condition is not expected to improve. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The woman who scaled the base of the Statue of Liberty has been found guilty in federal court. Therese Okumu climbed onto the monument on July 4th to protest President Trump's immigration policies. She was rescued from the statue after refusing to get down. She faces now 18 months in federal prison.
A new study from Sweden has found the risk of having a heart attack rises nearly 40% on Christmas Eve. The study analyzed the timing of 283,000 heart attacks over 15 years. Researchers found around 10 o'clock at night on Christmas Eve the greatest risk. Researchers also found mornings before 8 a.m. and Monday mornings to be other times related to high risk of heart attack. The Affordable Care Act may be going back to the Supreme Court after a federal judge ruled the entire law unconstitutional. Friday's ruling follows the Republican tax overhaul that repealed Obamacare's individual mandate, a tax penalty for people who are not insured. A Texas judge ruled the law cannot stand without it. If the decision is upheld, it would eliminate protections for nearly 20 million Americans. The Orlando Sentinel reports more than 1.3 million high school students started vaping nicotine in the past year. A federally funded study found 21% of high school seniors reported vaping a nicotine product in the last 30 days. That is nearly double the number from last year and the largest one-year increase of any substance in the survey's 44-year history.
Dr. Kevin Dahlman is back from Children's Health at Aurora Healthcare to talk about kids and their activities. Thank you so much for coming back in to see us today.
Well, thank you, Amanda, for having me.
So, you know, it's always a busy time of year, fall, spring, summer, when kids have lots of things to do, primarily after school. But let's talk about how much is too much when it comes to kids and their activities.
Yeah, I appreciate this question because, of course, we want to keep our kids busy in good, healthy activities. And, of course, there's a lot of benefits to being involved in organized activities. The kids learn team sports. They learn team values. They learn how to be active and to learn some other competitive, healthy values. The issue is that sometimes we overschedule our kids. So they often have a lot of time that they have to kind of squeeze in all their activities. You got school, and then you have the after-school activities, you have sports, you have practices, and then, of course, they're trying to do homework in the evenings. So we want to make sure not to overschedule our kids because that can wear them out.
What are some signs that your child is overscheduled?
So the biggest thing that we want to watch for is, of course, over fatigue in our kids. A lot of the teenagers already complain of fatigue from time to time, but if they're running ragged because they can't get all their homework done, they're going to bed at 11, 12 because they've got multiple sports practices, we want to be sensitive to that. So the key thing is to ask them, how are you doing? Do you feel like you have enough energy to get through school and to get through those sports? Or you can ask them, what do you think about being involved in these sports? Sometimes it becomes so old hat that they're like, all right, well, it's already soccer season again, we got to do it. Give them an option to stay out a season or two.
You know, can this actually become a medical issue?
It really can. We see that the kids that are pushing themselves so hard, and they may still enjoy the sports, but they're going to get sick more often, they're not going to succeed in school, and they may not have as healthy relationships as we want them to have. So we want to be able to have them scheduled, not overscheduled, and of course, this is going to look different for every child. So the most important thing as a parent is to be involved with these decisions with your child so that we're not overscheduling or underscheduling them.
Talk about some ways that people can have healthy downtime.
So remember that, of course, kids don't always need to have something scheduled every moment of the day. And there's a lot to be said about that healthy, unscheduled free time. So that means that you're going to spend time with the family meals, or perhaps a board game around the table in the evenings. That's so healthy to have. And I don't want it to collapse into screen time either. We certainly have enough screen time with our kids. We're trying to discourage that. So still need to limit that. But that unscheduled free time should involve some healthy activity, either with the family members or alone, or just something that the kids can do to relax.
All right, great information in a time where, we're doing more. Thank
Very
you so
true.
much.
Coming up next, a newlywed couple decides to give back on their wedding day.
How they spread the message with a little help from their wedding guests. Drew.
Hey, last couple of days have been unseasonably mild. That trend is going to continue at least throughout the middle of the week, and then some changes arrive in the form of maybe some snow showers. We've got that for you, and obviously we're looking at Christmas Day. We've got that on your 10-day forecast. All coming up, your CBS 58 Ready Weather. Beautiful afternoon, another day with temperatures in the 40s, and Howard Rankin capturing this great shot of our beautiful natural resource there, Lake Michigan. Look at the sky here, just doing a little beach combing, walking the shore. Not a bad day for that. Not too windy. The sunshine felt pretty nice as well. If you have those pictures, you can upload those to the CBS 58 Ready Weather app. All right, let's take a look at the breakdown of the month so far as we take a look at the high temperatures throughout Milwaukee. All right, that 50 that we had on Sunday, that was pretty special, just not only for being in December, but the fact that we hadn't had a 50-degree reading since about the first week in November. It's been way too long. That's been pretty nice. But really, most of our month has been dominated by temperatures in the 40s. We've had 8 days in the 40s, including today, 7 days in the 30s, and thankfully, only 1 day in the 20s. And another 40-degree day expected for tomorrow, and probably yet another one for Wednesday as well, before some cooler temperatures arrive on Thursday. So as we take a look at that, bottom line, we definitely have some changes on the way as we go throughout the next really couple of days as we look at the month, but nothing too drastic with the forecast in general, which is nice this time of the year. Yeah, you never can tell, especially with storm systems that could provide any snowfall or extreme weather. That's really not going to be the case for tonight. As we take a look at the current sky, we do have maybe a few clouds out there. Racine at 29, Kenosha at 31 degrees, lower 20s in Burlington, East Troy at 24, upper 20s in Milwaukee, Brown Deer at 25, Waukesha 21, 22 in Brookfield, West Allis, Greendale in the mid-20s, Cudahy at 31, 24 in Sheboygan, Plymouth at 26, West Bend at 23 with some upper 20s in Port Washington and Grafton. Your satellite and radar pretty clear for tonight other than a few clouds, and we should expect more sunshine tomorrow as well, with temperatures back in the 40s, but some changes are on the way on Wednesday into Thursday. Now notice winds are going to be out of the south-southwest. There will be an isolated chance for a shower on Wednesday, but then those winds are going to be changing. Going into Thursday, they're going to be switching around once a cold front comes through. We could have a few showers Thursday morning, and then on the backside with some cold air coming in, there is a chance for maybe a few light snow showers Thursday afternoon. ReadyCast really not showing much, but enough that could come through. And I showed this earlier. I want to show it again. We've only had 0.2 inches of snow so far in Milwaukee. For the month, that's 5.3 inches below. We should be at 10 inches for the month, and we probably will be well below that when it's all said and done. Tonight, low to mid-20s across the area. Tomorrow, expect highs in the lower 40s. Those south winds are going to be increasing, especially in the afternoon from 10 to 15 miles per hour, as high temperatures across the area, primarily in the lower 40s, all throughout southeastern Wisconsin. So enjoy that. We've got more clouds Wednesday, slight chance for a shower. Thursday, rain to a mix. And then winter comes in on Friday at 35, some 30s over the weekend, slight chance for a little light snow on Sunday. Christmas Day, not really looking like a white Christmas, maybe a slight chance for a few flurries there.
Thanks, Drew. A big fundraising campaign is ending the year in style with a big celebration. Today was the grand finale of Potawatomi Hotel and Casino's Heart of Canal Street. The campaign raised more than $1.1 million this year. The money will be given to more than 30 charities in southeast Wisconsin. Heart of Canal Street has donated more than $19 million to charities since 1994.
For most couples, the wedding is a celebration that's all about them, but a Florida couple wanted their happiness to extend to people in need.
The bride and groom whisked their loved ones away for a holiday shopping spree with a special mission. Gail Pascal reports.
Love knows no bounds, and this couple's generosity is limitless since the day they met 7 years ago. Brad and Jessica Bond's story goes back to their first date. That's when he said he wanted to do something special because he knew Jessica was the one.
And we pulled in the parking lot of Target, and I got the look that you're giving me right now from her. And that's when I explained, like, I have parents that always make Christmas special for me.
It's something that has been a tradition for us, like ever since we started dating. So we're really excited to share it with everyone we love and with you guys.
I had no idea you were here.
They invited their entire wedding party Saturday to Target to shop for the kids for Toys for Tots.
So if we can make some kids smile on Christmas, it didn't matter if it was one date or relationship, it was successful.
All right, then let's go shopping.
Yes, let's do this.
I think this is wonderful. I've never seen this done before, and I think this is a great benefit for all the kids. There are so many that are in need.
Guests were given red envelopes with $10 gift cards each.
Is that cute? Oh my God.
I think she's...
That was Gail Pascal Brown reporting. Guests were given red envelopes with $10 gift cards each.
Very nice. Kevin Holden is here.
Well, you just summed up what the sports office is like the last
there's
24
the
hours.
Packers season. I don't know.
Yeah, they're trying to pick up those pieces.
I don't get it.
Floating up there in hyperspace. Now they've got 2 games left, so what do you do?
Lose.
How do you handle this?
You lose and you bench Aaron Rodgers.
Gary Ellerson has an interesting take on that coming up.
All right.
Now, the CBS 58 Sports Zone with Kevin Holden.
Well, we don't know Aaron Jones or Aaron Rodgers' status for Sunday in New York, but we know Alex Light will not take the field. He's been suspended for this week's game for violating the league's substance abuse policy. Light has only played 3 snaps for the Packers this season. The team also claimed running back Capri Bibbs on waivers, probably bad news for the injured Aaron Jones. Well, there will be no playoffs, but there will be a green and gold game zone. Gary Ellerson is here to break down that loss to Chicago. Gary, I think we knew the Bears were the more talented team coming in. Were you surprised by anything you saw in this game?
The Bears have a better roster. They have a better team. So I think that bared out.
Hey, I caught that.
And I think when you look at Aaron Rodgers, though, missed still a lot of throws. And I think that's a little concerning if you're moving forward for next year. He's just been off this year. I don't think we've ever seen him off as the way he's been with his throws. I mean, he's got Scantling down the middle wide open, and you just normally never see him overthrow a ball that bad.
Let's put you in the position of Joe Philbin this week. There are no playoff chances. You're in New York. Your quarterback's been limping around for 15 weeks. Do you play him?
Got to go play him. I mean, that's how the NFL works. I mean, you've got a lot of guys in that locker room that's banged up. Bar Aaron Rodgers being super hurt with that knee that we know of, he's got to go play. Now, if you want to pull him maybe in the second half and give Deshaun Kaiser some playing time, I'm all for that. But you got to start Aaron Rodgers. He's got to go out there like everybody else.
You've seen Joe Philbin's play calling for a couple of games. Do you think he does anything crazy now in these last 2 weeks?
I think you've seen a lot of the same. I mean, Joe Philbin's offense is Mike McCarthy's offense, is Mike Sherman's offense. I don't think you're going to see much change there.
Well, the Bucs' strategy in Cleveland let Giannis Antetokounmpo dunk all night. The strategy in Detroit tonight let his teammates set him up. Chris Middleton, alley-oops there. Eric Bledsoe says it's kind of fun. Yeah, the Greek Freak throws it down, 32 points and 12 rebounds in all. But when the Bucs needed a three to take the lead late, Sterling Brown delivered. How about that? 107-104. Bucs at 20 wins, earliest since 1980.
Coach trusted me, my teammates trusted me, and I just got to come out here and I got to perform. I got to stay ready. And tonight it was a great win for us.
The way we were able to kind of sustain our poise and find a way to win after they made a great comeback to erase our lead and take a lead, and it's a good win for us on the road.
20 wins already.
I love those jerseys.
You do?
Yes, I think they look so good. You don't like them?
No.
I don't either.
No.
Really?
No, I get the history of it.
The earned jerseys,
yeah, the new ones.
The new ones are great with the Irish rainbow on the side. Those
I haven't
are
seen
cool.
those.
Those
I'll
are
have
good.
to check those out. I think those bright, they're just awesome.
You're probably about 1 in 10.
Okay, yeah.
Like the new ones.
We should take a poll.
Put it up.
The poll's out there. Bucs Twitter has weighed in. They don't like them.
Yeah.
I'm going to check it out.
All right.
I don't believe it.
40s tomorrow. We like that?
We do like that.
All right, we can agree.
News at 10 is next over on 58.